What is going on, everybody? My name is Prestige, and today I'm joined with a guest, MJPW Gaming.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about zombies in Spaceland. Now, I did do a video on zombies in Spaceland a couple of weeks ago, or actually like a week ago, and it was about 20 minutes long. I did a Q&A, answered some questions, but JP and myself, we both played zombies in Spaceland, so we're going to take a moment to talk about it, kind of give you examples of what we liked and what we disliked about it. It's really hard to find things to dislike about it, from my perspective at least, because it was a lot of fun. But I have some Extinction gameplay from Call of Duty Ghosts in the background. JP, I don't know what you're putting on your
I'll
gameplay.
be putting Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Just
Blood
because
Dragon.
it's set in the 80s, and the feel of that game is definitely a lot similar to what we experienced in Zombies in Spaceland.
That totally makes sense. 80s on 8s. That's pretty cool. And also, guys, if you want to check out JP's point of view or check out his channel, he does zombies-related stuff, makes custom zombie maps. Check it out. Link down below in the description. All right, let's talk about zombies in Spaceland. First things first, what do you want to say, JP?
Well, okay. So, we'll just start from, let's say, we started the game. So, straight off the bat, when you're loading into the game... Now, keep in mind, we didn't see any cutscenes or anything like that.
Yeah, all that
It
stuff
just
was
straight up-
restricted.
Yeah, like, so, actually, we actually don't know, in fact, if there is any cutscenes, but,
I'm sure there'll
Come
be
on.
something like that.
yeah, because, like, going back to Extinction, like, their cutscenes are beautiful, even if that was for, like, early, brand new last gen, like, the cutscenes was beautiful, so they have to do it, again, just because of how beautiful it looked. Just think of how much the capabilities they can do now. So, anyways, but that being said, we didn't see any cutscenes.
Yeah, we
So-
just got placed in the starting room. If that even is the starting room, that might change too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't even think about that, but I mean, there was a lot to do in that small area. And it was actually not that small. After you opened up that first door, it was like a huge straightaway to do a bunch of stuff.
It was a pretty decent sized starting room.
But the one question that people always ask, for like us at least that have played, is it more like exo zombies, or is it more like Treyarch zombies, or is it more like Extinction? What do you think, JP?
I gotta say, it's a mixture probably between Black Ops 3 zombie style and Extinction. It does not feel anything much similar whatsoever to Exo Zombies, regardless, because I was a huge fan of Exo Zombies. I loved it. I still love playing it and go back to play it and beating Oz and all that good stuff, whatever. Anyways, it feels a lot like the design and such of Extinction, but it feels like I'm playing almost like a Black Ops 3 map. A little bit-ish.
Yeah, no, I get that
in a way.
too. Like, you're playing Black Ops 3 zombies. It feels like Black Ops 3 zombies because of the way that they spawn in, and you can rebuild barriers and you could train the zombies. But then again, it's got that Extinction type of feel because the weapons are like laying on the ground. They're not chalk drawings on the walls. Like, you go up to them and you pick them up and stuff. And I really liked that. That was cool.
And just like Black Ops 3 zombies, well, obviously, just like all the other zombies, we had two starting room weapons that you could buy. From what I can remember, it was a burst pistol.
Yeah, it was like a burst pistol, and I think the other one was just the M14 or something like that.
Or was it the M1 Garand?
I can't
remember.
it was the M1 Grand. Yeah, that's what it was, and that was cool to
And,
see that
like,
weapon.
And it was like, you can last a really good long time with like the RK5 that you can get from the starting room in Black Ops 3. Well, it's just about the same kind of process with this burst pistol. And the M1 Garand, I gotta say, is fantastic.
It's a great headshot magnet.
I agree. Like, if you remember back in World at War using the M1 Garand from the starting room, I think it was in Rux when it was.
Yep.
But it's fantastic. It's sort of just like World at War in that sense, in a way.
Yeah, and the
But,
iron sights looked really good too. I was surprised like how well they did everything. We should talk about the characters so people can get a better understanding of like who they are. We don't really know who they are to a point, but we know each one of them have their own different melee weapons, which is kind of weird. So like when you melee in Black Ops 3, you have the knife and you knife the zombies, but each character has their own type of melee animation and melee weapon. So, for example, AJ the jock, he has a broken bottle that he'll like hit the zombies with, which is really weird. But
Like stab.
it's still the same.
I think I played it.
Isn't it still like the same though? Like it doesn't give you any extra damage or any extra benefit. It's just the same as if you.
It's all like the same thing, same sort of like animation time, I believe too. At that, it's just like a different kind of animation. It's just to bring more sort of character, I guess.
Yeah, like character. So AJ's got the broken bottle. The Poindexter, the nerd, will slap the zombies. Sally, the lady, she will shove a spoon in their face or something, or hit them with a spoon.
Yeah, she has a spoon. It's hilarious.
And Andre will punch the zombies. And we have some notes here, but we don't remember if he has brass knuckles or if he's just punching them with the fists. So.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could have You know, the one thing that I don't like is we didn't get a chance to record it. I mean, there was already gameplay out there.
Mm-hmm.
What was so special that we couldn't record it? Like, were they scared we were going to find Easter eggs or something? Not saying that we didn't find anything. I'm just saying, were they scared that something was going to happen? I don't know.
Who knows? What are you hiding, Infinity Ward? What are you hiding?
I think out of all the times that we played, though, you were the one that went down.
Yes, sadly.
So you're going to have to explain what happens when you go down because I never did.
Okay, so going down isn't insanely a bad thing. Now, out of all the players, I think, in all the games that we actually did play, I don't think anyone ever did really go down except for me. But, like I said, it's not entirely a bad thing. Because when you go down, the screen is going to be like an old or like VCR tape, sort of like
VHS
when you're
tape.
watching a tape, and it's progressively just getting worse.
So it gets like
the sound
grainier and grainier or something until you bleed out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then when you bleed out, you get sent to the Afterlife arcade, and when you're in there, you have to play like different arcade games, and this ranges from a lot of things like I know I shot some like targets and stuff. It was like a different colored M1 Grand, and it was like a paintball, I think. I can't exactly remember, but I know that you shot some targets and stuff, and if you shot enough, you would be sent back. And if you didn't want to play the games and whatever, if you just wanted to wait, you can also just spectate the characters, or you can just wait till the next round, and you will come back.
So if you win one of the games, then you come back to life?
Yes.
How many times can you do that? Like, there's probably a max amount of times you could do that.
I don't honestly know. I think you can do it just whenever. I don't think they had a limit.
Like, what if the limit was 3? Or what if every time you just come back, it gets progressively harder and harder?
I would say within later rounds, that would probably be a good thing. Now, I could see a limit between every round. Let's say if they was just progressively bleeding out a lot every round, I would think they would need to be sent to spectating.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you could go to the Afterlife arcade like every time, because that just gives you infinite lives if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You could like die with no repercussion or anything.
Now in solo though, that would have to have a limit.
Yeah.
Because if it's just unlimited, that's like unlimited quick revive. Couldn't do
true.
That. It's no balance.
So there was also like a robot, and I believe the robot's name was Neil.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't mess with him a whole lot.
I built him a couple times when we played, and I think there's a total of 3 parts you need, and it only required 1 part for the build that we were playing. The build we were playing only let us play for 15 minutes. At the end of that 15 minutes, it just downed everybody, and that was it. Like, there was no surviving, no going past it. After that, it just like ended, and that was the end of it. But Neil will allow you to do challenges, and they're similar to like extinction challenges, and when you complete them, you get rewarded with tickets. Tickets can be used to purchase things that are scattered around the map, whether it's key items, most likely. You can get grenades, you can get ammunition, and it's going to be pretty cool to see what else these tickets can do. But I kind of feel like it kind of was like the bus driver from Transit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah, because you could. I do remember because if you shoot him or like, did we call it? Well, melee. If you melee him, regardless, he will get angry and like he'll get like a red face. Now I don't know if eventually he'll get extremely mad at you. I know he just gets like ticked off, like if you mess with him too much.
I tried shooting him like a whole bunch to see if maybe he'll just stop the challenge. Like he gets so
Hmm.
pissed off, he's just like, nobody's getting tickets today.
Hmm.
But I kind of like that aspect, and he doesn't stay in one spot either. Like he just kind of makes his way around the map whenever he wants and goes wherever he
Hmm.
wants. So I thought that was pretty cool. And
Indeed.
you get a challenge like I don't know if it's every round or if it's just like just time based. So when you complete it, then you have to wait 30 seconds before the next one, and you just go to the next one. But some of them were like get 10 headshots, kill 5 zombies while jumping. You know, things similar to Extinction.
Hmm.
And then there's a new system in there called Fate and Fortune cards, which I did talk about this very briefly in my last video, but they're basically like gobblegums, like exactly like gobblegums. But in the build, we did start off with them. I don't know if that's going to be the case when we actually get the full version of the game.
Hopefully.
But if we do start off with 5 fortune card or Fate and Fortune cards, I think that would be pretty cool. Because then, you know, those are at our disposal. We can use them whenever we want. We don't have to worry about hitting the machine, which costs 5,000 points. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
the machine costs 5,000. Well, it's money symbol, but $5,000 in order to use it to get 5 more cards. So it's $1,000 per card. But the thing is, I really, really feel like the Fate and Fortune cards are going to be really microtransaction heavy.
Oh, I agree.
And
Sadly, unfortunately.
yeah, that scares me because we're already starting to see like pre-order bonuses where you get a Fate and Fortune card pack, which pretty much confirms there's gonna be some sort of micro DLC
Yeah.
for these things. And I know that I don't necessarily like that, but at the same time, it's not required. Like you don't have to get them. Hopefully, there's a way to earn them like Gobblegums, with some sort of different route, like kind of how the multiplayer has salvage. Maybe there'll be something similar for Fate and Fortune cards because there isn't like a Dr. Monty. There isn't like anything like where you can get Liquid Divinium like Black Ops 3, but maybe there'll be something where you can earn like film reels and then you give these film reels to Willard Wyler and then from there you can get Fate and Fortune cards. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there, but I'm really scared about those things. I really want them to be good, but I don't want them to be focused on who could spend the most money to get the best things. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like, if obviously, about my channel, I did just about, well, no, at this time, I did all of the Gobblegums little showcase thing.
Yeah, little
And
showcases showing off all the gobblegums in Black Ops 3.
and if this is some sort of thing where all of them has to be somewhat of a purchase, and if it's like, I probably would be okay if it's like a purchase and you get exactly what you want every time, but I'm sure it's going to be something like it's random or it's
Right.
like random packs.
Like you choose
would-
what you want would be great, but randomly it's like, because you could get duplicates and stuff.
Mhm. Even if it was like a random out of a certain set,
Mm-hmm.
that would be okay. But
Yeah.
that's gonna make, like, if it's all completely like you have to buy it and it's all completely random, it's gonna make that Gobblegum series that I plan to carry over. It's gonna make that kind of hard to do.
Like
if
you're
you feel
in
me.
you're in the same situation that me as a multiplayer person is in because like I love zombies and I love multiplayer, but when things are restricted and cut off unless you spend the most money to get them, I hate that so much. Like the weapons being cut off, you can't get the weapons unless you find them in a supply drop in Black Ops 3. That was just a stupid idea. That's why I'm
I
so
agree.
excited for salvage. Like being able to build your own weapons. Whatever, that's another video for another day. Let's move on to the next subject. Let's talk about traps because I feel like these last two things that are on the list here are kind of like the same thing because the disco room, which is also like an arcade at the same time,
Hmm.
there's
Yeah,
traps in there and then there's also like games you can play, which I thought was cool.
The traps, I didn't. You was probably messing with them more than any of us were. You was fascinated with them. I do remember
Yeah.
one that you activated, and it was like a big like. I'm gonna use this as a reference. This is an old YouTube video. It's like I'm firing my laser, and you know that guy. It's like shooting a laser out his mouth.
Yeah,
Something like
that's
that.
like
It's just a huge laser, by the way. It's just hitting the wall, and the zombies walk through it and kills them.
and that was
But
weird because I hit that switch across the map and it like activated all of them.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I didn't know if that was like a specific thing that just happens on that map or if it was just made that way for the build that we were playing so all the traps activated so people could see them. I don't know.
It might have been.
And then we played with Reverend Saint and he activated the disco ball, I'm pretty sure. And all these lasers came out of the disco ball and all the zombies are like dancing under it. They were like attracted to it like a monkey bomb. And then they were just getting killed by the lasers. It was weird. It was really weird. But also I remember in that room, that's when the clown round started.
Oh, the clowns.
And
Speaking of the clowns,
how did
clown
Infinity Ward
epidemic going on right now?
Infinity Ward predicted the killer clowns. How did they know?
This is all marketing.
Oh my god.
All marketing.
Oh my god. What if Infinity Ward is behind it? Like what if they actually sent these clowns out there to stir up some publicity for this game? But they're not 80s clowns. Even the clowns in the games, they weren't 80s clowns. It didn't seem like.
Yeah, they was just some evil looking clowns. They are scary.
I thought they were pretty freaking scary. And there was a lot of them too.
When the round hits, you're thinking like, what's going on? Now, keep in mind, it is a new game, and we haven't really experienced a whole lot. But we was like, what?
I'm
and
sure
these clowns are just running at us. We're like, oh my god!
I'm sure a month after the game comes out, we'll look at those clowns and be like, but clowns, they have their own rounds similar to dogs.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. They act pretty similar, actually, to the dogs. Now, of course, they're not running on all fours, but...
Oh my... do you know how creepy that would be?
Oh
now I wish they were running on all fours.
There you go, Infinity Ward. There's DLC 1.
I feel like there's going to be a clown boss.
A clown... Oh, there is supposed to be some sort of boss in the map that we've seen in the trailer, but we didn't come across it.
We didn't come across the boss. We did come across the DJ, though.
Oh, I did not. You guys.
Oh, you didn't get to see the DJ?
Yeah, I didn't see Hoff.
Oh, it was pretty cool. You could talk to him. And he like changed the music. By the way, I confirmed it with the devs. You could turn the music off, so if you're recording, you won't get copyright strikes.
That's an amazing thing. Now, I'm gonna play casually. Music and stuff is probably gonna come like it's gonna be a major key.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Be a prestigious key.
I love 80s music, so I'm turning that bad boy on. But when it comes down to recording, I think for like the first week, I'm not going to have the music on when it comes down to just recording. But the other thing that people were asking for the last video, bumper cars.
Bumper cars?
You
know bumper cars?
So from that, they said, oh, you can even drive the bumper cars and kill zombies. The only thing that it was killing was us.
Yeah.
The bumper cars were running us over. It was like ghosts driving the bumper cars, running. I don't know if it was a trap. I didn't activate it. They just come at you.
I know for sure 2 games that I got into there, and it was like I was watching it, just making sure it wasn't gonna kill me, but it always did. For some, it's like I don't know for sure if it like targets you, but it's like it comes straight at you and downs you instantly.
Yeah, I don't know what it's.
I have no idea what's up with that. And like I couldn't drive it or anything because I was too busy dying, and everybody was so scared to come revive me because they didn't want to die either.
But we couldn't figure out how to stop them, and all we knew was it just kept running us over, and that was that. But really, there's nothing more I can think of at the same time. The things that I didn't like about it was the cost of certain doors, like super expensive doors.
Insanely expensive. And there was one thing. Now, keep in mind, we're in this big room. It's loud. We're so excited to play the game. I'm not. Well, at least me. I wasn't reading everything insanely clear. But when I walked up to the door and it said 1,000 points, so I put in 1,000 points. But I think it took all of my points anyway, and then opened the door.
That's
and
weird.
I had like 3,000, I think, something like that. Well, I'm probably over exaggerating it a little bit, but um, I'm not sure if I was just hitting something wrong or I didn't read the whole thing entirely or if I'm just missing something. But the doors were, if they were that expensive, and I knew that a lot of them were,
Mm-hmm.
they were expensive.
Well, I know the one door was like you're supposed to work with your teammates to open it, and
Hmm.
it was like 5,000 points. I thought to myself, hey, it would be pretty cool if the door was like 4,000 points. That way we each put in 1,000. But what's up with the extra 1,000? I didn't really understand that part. Oh, and another thing we forgot to mention, when you kill zombies, sometimes they'll drop like challenge coins or coins in general,
Hmm.
and you put these
Oh
coins into
yeah.
the there's like a machine that will squish the coins down, and you need 3 of them, and you put
Hmm.
them in there, and then you get like this you either get like a special type of grenade, or you can get like a trap, and it's portable. You take it with you. So one time I got these things. I don't remember what they're called, like crackle pops or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the official name of them, but like you throw these things on the ground, and when you shoot them, it lights a fire. So you can
Hmm.
make a barrier with these crackle pops and then shoot it, and it'll just be a barrier of fire. That way, if anything walks through it, they die instantly.
Hmm.
And I thought that was so cool. And then another time I used it, I got this little generator, and you set it down, and it electrocutes zombies when they walk past it.
Hmm.
And that was really cool too. And I wish I could have recorded all this stuff for you guys,
That would have been awesome.
because it was just
Oh,
like so cool.
one more thing before we go. Did you hit the box insanely well, did you spin the wheel a lot?
The magic wheel, yeah, I hit it
Yes.
like 6 times.
One main thing, and this is insanely awesome, and it was in the trailer. I got an axe out of it.
Yeah, I was there for that. I remember that.
Now,
I
I
was like,
think
what, you
the
got a
axe.
fire axe? And he's like, no, no, no. It's literally called the fire axe, but it's like a fireman's axe.
Mhm,
So you can hit zombies with it, kill them one
mhm.
hit.
And I think it was killing multiple, like, per swing. I
Oh,
think it
that
was
would be
more.
sick.
I think, though. I'm not insanely sure. I'm pretty sure it was, though. But it's insanely strong. And we was on a higher round where they started running, I think. Because we was just hurrying and getting through the zombies as quick as possible. Because, like we said, we only had 15 minutes every try.
And we wanted to see how
Um,
big the map was. Just the map was pretty
yeah.
big, by the
And
way.
who knows how far we actually got into the map. And in the build we had, like, who knows what was included and who knows what wasn't included.
Right.
So everything we've talked about in this video, it could be a small percentage, it could be about halfway, it could be almost full. But I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot more that we did not see, especially Easter egg wise. I'm sure there's a lot more to the map that we haven't even touched on.
Yeah, I saw this one part of the map. It was by David Hasselhoff, and you didn't come through there. It was like a
Yeah.
Simon Says thing. So I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that might be like the first part of the Easter egg.
Ooh.
So I don't know if it was like you had to turn on something to activate it, but it wasn't active at that time. But it was like right in front of David Hasselhoff. So I'm thinking maybe that's the first part of the Easter egg.
Might be. We'll have to see on November 4th when Zombies in Spaceland. Release.
Releases. But anyway, guys, wow, this went really long. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation we had. Once we start talking about this, though, like we just kind of like pop off, and it's you really have to play it to enjoy it. And I know there's a lot of other zombie YouTubers out there that said it wasn't all that good and all that, but I thought as a zombies fan who's been playing since Nocturne Toten and experiencing zombies in every different type of transformation that it's gone through, this is a really, really good experience for any zombie player. If you like Black Ops 3 zombies, you're gonna like this. If you like Extinction, you're gonna like this. It doesn't even act like Exo Zombies, so you're probably gonna like it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it has its own different twist. And I think I told you this, JP.
Mhm.
It wasn't really about, oh, let's figure out the next part of the story. It was about, holy crap, this is
It
fun.
it's built on the fun.
Yeah, it's
Now,
not built
my
around a
apologies,
story.
but I'll say this. Treyarch Zombies, obviously, it's built around the story first. The story comes first.
Especially in
Now,
the later
yes,
Call
in
of
Black
Duty
Ops
games.
3, it's heavily on the story.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, in this game, in Infinite Warfare Zombies, I gotta say, at least for Zombies in Spaceland, from what we see, it's entirely built first for the fun. Because it's a video game. We want to have some fun. And this is super, super duper fun. And it blew my mind. It's just, I've wanted to play it so much more.
Yeah, I played it like 5 times. 5 or 6
Yeah.
times while we were there. It was a lot of fun. And surprisingly there wasn't a line at Call of Duty XP for that.
I know. I'm almost kind of disappointed at the people that attended. They missed out.
I really do agree. I mean, like I said, if you guys liked Black Ops 3 Zombies, you're definitely going to like this one. There's no super jumping, exo jumping, wall running, at least at the parts that we were at. And if there is any type of wall running, I'm sure it's going to be similar to Shadows of Evil, where it's like there's one section.
Small.
Yeah,
Very
but I mean, even at that, it's one of those things where if you give it a chance and maybe play a couple times, and if you're a Zombies fan, you're really going to like it. And they definitely did it justice. They didn't like half-ass it. They really went all out on this, and I actually applaud Infinity Ward for doing what they did here. So I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, Prestige, you're just sucking up to Infinity Ward," but seriously, like, it's a fun experience. I hear the complaints that the zombie YouTubers have been saying, but at the same time, they've come to listen to the story about like apothecons and all this stuff, and there's not that much lore because this is a new experience. There could be just as much lore in this that, like there is in Black Ops 3, but it's just for us to find. Like, we need to figure that out first.
Yes.
But anyway, guys, that is that for this video, because we are going on way too long. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to click that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out JP's channel. JP, take us out.
And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.